if you can join it, send me an invite. I don't care. I'm gonna send people invite. Okay. Join it or not. What's up, guys? I'll let you know I'm streaming.
Hey, can you invite one of your friends?
I'm about to see who's in my Dang, I'm not 1v1 you, Angel.
Hey, can you invite one of your friends?
That's how I'll invite one of them.
Please.
Angel, can you just join me?
Y'all better be good, too.
I don't know, I just invite people.
You good?
Oh yeah, I'm good. Nah. I'm gonna invite my friend Face Harry. He has the Renegade Raider. Okay. Oh, let me invite him. He's pretty good. He's better. I think. Yeah, the Renegade Raider.
You said what?
You have the Renegade Raider.
Yeah, we both do. I just not on the iPad.
Put on it.
This is my Fortnite main Samaj Winbush 200.
What?
We have like different accounts.
No, I know that, but I'm trying. Hold on, I gotta see something. Somebody can. This is my Fortnite name. This can be for request. I don't care. Please join. Hey, invite one of your friends, X. What's up?
There we go, there we go.
Shark. Come on, ready up, Shark. It won't let me ready up.
Told you, okay.
Nah, somebody invite me. They better.
Why won't let me ready up?
You said what, Junior?
This one dude
Enable
invite me.
to SA.
Join them all. I joined you.
How about to put on what's it called? How about to put on 2FA?
You ain't got 2FA?
No. How about to
I'm
do
going
that? What's up? What's up, Gormilla?
Hey, who's you, my mans?
I'm Gormilla friend.
Who?
Gormilla. Millie.
So you my cousin's friend?
Yes. No, I'm not 1v1 you, Angel. It's the person my thing. I'm broadcasting right now. How about you send me a friend request, Angel?
Please, 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 please.
I wish you could see my hand right now. I'm flipping you off. Not you, not anybody else. it's bro, it's very weird. Yes, I do.
Hello?
Hello?
Anything up here?
Wait, do you want to share this one? Gord Miller. I know I have it somewhere. Get funky. Yes.
I'm gonna pick. Oh my god.
Oh, my finger. Legend not busting my finger. So, yeah, I only have 4 fingers. My 9 got Badger. Okay, good round. How do you look at the pump? Run at the Million. Do you have to be such a short? It's really low. I did not get a gun. Great. Oh, guys, nobody killed me. Let's try to get a gun. This is not funny. I don't have a gun, so yeah. Why can't I pick up a gun? Oh my god, finally loaded. Why you're teaming? I'm sick. You're 47 HP. Oh my god, the naked fashion thing. Don't have to deep well, pro. Yeah, one more one top, he's dead. Fuck you. Here. Fuck you. Bro, you're so trash, Destiny. No shooting down. That's only for bots. Everybody get. Hey, Perv. Hey, look at the food.
As I play on mobile, add me user, just kid.
What? No. Did you just say? Is I play on mobile and me user just quit. Nigga, you do not know to play quit. You do not know to put me.
ILL help you.
My name is GoToUse _ 358. Go another killer. Oh my god, so thin. Do you know to snipe? Because you know to snipe, I'll add you. the tree. Fuck you, man. I said, what the fuck? Cause running out of here was you. What the fuck? You, man. What is that lag? I'm pressing. What the fuck do you mean? Fuck you mean? Fuck you mean? Bring that in, dude. You may. Hey, Bella. Come here, Bella. Come here, Bella. Come here, Bella. What the? Okay, hold it. Hold it, Shimon. Hold it. Bella, 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 Bella. We walking, Bella get mad at us. Yo, Mike. It's 7:24. Bum, 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 bum.
Smell fresh for the ladies. Deodorant. Good. Yeah, soap. Clean shirt. Shirt bumping. Yeah, I can get it funky. If I see you, I'ma eat you like a cousin. Yeah, I can. You need no privacy. Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! You. Go. You dry me up. I'm gonna win. Yeah, gee. Oh no. Good. Good. Let's put it on. Yeah. What? Oh, why are you screaming? What? Why are you screaming? What do I do? Are you okay? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. I'm sorry I pushed you. What is this? Oh, finally get out of this house. Dude. I can't believe I burned myself. Oh, it's a bad day out today. Such a bad day out.
Good morning, I'm Dr. Sharkstein. Let me examine you, please.
Oh!
Okay. How do you feel?
You.
How do you feel?
You.
You got hit by a big rock out there. How do you feel?
Yeah.
Okay, if you want to play games, then you might as well go home. You're fine to me.
Hey, Shark Papa, I was expecting you. Come on in. So what seems to be the problem? You lost your voice. Oh boy. Let me get my equipment. Me and my assistant, we're gonna start you off with some basic words. Ease. No. Say that. Ease. No. Cheese. Ease. Yeah, okay, that's it. You got it. No, come on. Cheese. Cheese? Cheese. Oh. Yeah. You got it. Cheese. Say it. Come on, you got it. Every time.
cheese.
We're moving on to the next word.
Yeah.
No. Oh. Oh. Come on. Forget it. I'm done with you. Screw. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Shark puppet, check out this new ball I got.
You stupid. Yeah, I knew it would work. I can't speak. Give me a I love you. You stupid. Yeah, I knew it would work.
Shark puppet, check out this new ball I got.
You stupid. Yeah, I knew it would work. I can't speak. Give me a I love you. I can
You can use it on your laces so they shine when they are tied. You can use it on your flowers if you don't want them to die. You can spray them on your trash cans.
Yeah. Club cheese.
Hey, welcome to Club Cheese. What can I get you? Oh,
Give me everything.
got it.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Sure thing. All the rest.
Hey girl. Let me buy you a drink.
Ooh, shark puppy, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure thing.
Oh, it's stuck. Yeah.
Give me that. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Girl, your hair remind me of some cheese.
That's what I was going for, shark puppy.
9 months later. Hello?
Hey, shark puppy, remember me?
No.
Well, I just had babies, and you're the daddy.
I don't even know you.
Remember at Club Cheese 9 months ago?
What's that?
That's where our babies were made. So you could come take care.
That sounds beautiful. That's the only thing I'll be honest with. Fuck your money. And die. Why do you snipe me? I'm on somebody. Oh my god, I'm dang, man. Brother to mine.
Come take care of your children or pay some child support. I'm coming in now.
Oh, who's at the door now?
Hey, baby.
What are you doing here with these disgusting tiny...
Come in now.
Oh, who's at the door now?
Hey, baby.
What are you doing here with these disgusting tiny insects?
It ain't my fault you got the
Bella, come here, Bella. Bella.
Alright, I'll give you cheese. Oh, no, look. Are you okay? Alright, you guys are all fed. You got all the cheese you could possibly want. I'ma just leave till the doctor comes, okay? Bye. What? Oh, God. What's that? Bottle? Okay, I'll get it. Okay, get your bottle. Here you go. Stop fighting! Here, the girl. What's your name? LaQuisha? Okay, I'm out. Oh, shut up!
I'll be waiting my thing. I said, no, shut up. Y'all saw that, right? He shot and just reload a second. He hasn't even reloaded yet. What do you mean? Got me back up. I think I do. But if somebody in my street still.
Oh, you guys are so dirty. You're a mess. You guys need to take it back. Up the mess downstairs. Oh, what's this? Oh, this is oh, wait, what? What's that noise? Oh, no.
My first tattoo.
I'm so hyped to get a tattoo today. Are you a professional?
Wow, it looks just like Mr. Kibble. I'm so excited.
The cheese. Oh, the cheese is the best part about pizza. I can smell it just looking at it.
So good. Killing it. Ooh. Perfect. I love this.
Hey, I'm Alex, and in this video, I'm gonna tell you how I became one of the richest people on Earth, even though I was only a stupid teenager. It all started with me being obsessed about history and archaeology. By the time I was 12, I had probably read more than 100 books on those topics. So you can imagine how excited I was when my dad gave me a metal detector for Christmas. I immediately grabbed a shovel and ran into our forest here in Poland. It took me less than 4 hours to dig up my first treasure. It was a rusted machine gun from the Second World War. After I did some research, I learned that it was a PPD-40 and used by the Soviet Union during World War II. Of course, my mom was shocked when I showed it to her, but my dad laughed and said it was cool, and he
Let's go, you out of your game bag.
Well, that's exactly what I did for the next few years. Whenever I had free time, I would wander through our beautiful forest searching for new treasures. And after a year, I had my first big discovery.
Daddy!
An old helmet. I immediately took it to a museum in our city.
Hold up, I got someone Daddy something. Daddy! he likes you. Yeah.
Hey, you wanna do sniper shit out? Or shall I go duos? Shall I go duos?
Okay. That's the song? Yeah.
For an inspection. When they saw it, their eyes lit up. But then they took the helmet away from me and said that archaeological treasures found in Poland belong to the state. To be honest, I'm not sure if what they said was true.
Did you know my tooth fell out?
I swore to myself that the next time I found a treasure, I would keep it to myself and sell it on the black market. Because I later found out the helmet I had found was worth at least $20,000 US. It was a Roman auxiliary helmet in a really good market. Because, as I later found out, the helmet I had found was worth at least $20,000 US. It was a Roman auxiliary helmet in a really good condition. And recently, a similar helmet was sold for $300,000 USD. So you can imagine how angry I was. Especially because the helmet was never displayed in that museum. Which means they had probably sold my helmet on the black market to get rich themselves. For the next few years, I had little to no luck. I mean, yeah, I found grenades and rusty machine guns, but none of them had any value. It was 2 days after my 15th birthday when my metal detector started beeping like crazy. And it wasn't just beeping at one point, but it was beeping over an area of at least 2 square meters. I wasn't sure what was laying under me, but I knew it was something very big. So I took my shovel and started digging. I remember hitting against something. At first, I was scared. It could have been a mine, but I could feel that it wasn't metallic. After a few more seconds of digging, I realized that it was a big pot. It was very big and heavy and kinda ugly. But why was my metal detector beeping if there wasn't any metal? It took me a few seconds to realize that something was inside the pot. So I started pulling the dirt out of the opening of the pot. It didn't take long until I saw something golden. And trust me, I had waited years to find something golden. It were coins. Lots of coins. Too many coins for me to carry. I looked around to see if someone had followed me or seen my treasure, but no one was there. So I took one coin with me and put the rest back into the hole and filled it with dirt again. When I arrived home, I immediately showed my dad the gold coin I'd found. I told him there were many more, and a big smile appeared on his face. He asked, "How many?" And I said, "More than I could count." We decided to go back the following morning. But this time I realized that it wasn't just one pot full of gold coins, but that there were several pots under the ground, right next to each other. It were 7 big pots in total. After we had brought all of them to our home, we counted a little more than 10,000 gold coins. We had no idea how much they were worth, but we definitely knew we were rich. However, I made one big mistake. I should have never asked my dad for help. He turned out to be a selfish monster. Because the next morning when I woke up to take another look at my treasure, it was gone. I immediately asked my dad where the coins had gone, and he told me he had taken them away so I wouldn't spend them on stupid stuff. I got angry and told him those were my coins, and he had no right to take them away from me. When I offered him to share the coins 50-50, he started laughing and said, "I have raised you, and I have bought you your metal detector. Therefore, those coins belong to me. Be a good boy, and I will give you a few of them someday." Oh, I wanted to attack him right then and there. But that wouldn't have helped me find my coins either. No, I needed to find out where my dad had hidden them. I knew the only way my dad could have transported them was by using his car. That's why I asked several store owners in our city if I could take a look at their security cameras that were facing to the street. I told them someone had stolen my dad's car, and we were trying to find out where the thief had driven it. Everyone wanted to help and gave me access to their security camera footage. From there, it was easy to follow where my dad had driven his red Honda. Once I knew the district my dad had gone to, it immediately clicked. He had gone to my aunt. I called her up and asked if my dad had recently visited her. She said, "Yeah, he came in here at 5 a.m. in the morning. He said he needed to store a few boxes in my basement." Jackpot. I immediately visited my aunt and told her my dad wanted me to pick up his boxes again. Then I ordered a taxi and brought the coins to a cheap hotel. I took 1 coin with me and went to a pawn shop. I asked how much it was worth, and the guy looked shocked. He asked me who had given it to me. But I knew it was better to not give him any information, so instead I asked him again, how much will you pay me for it? He took a closer look and told me it was a Roman gold coin and in perfect condition. When he said he was willing to pay $15,000 US for this single coin, I almost fainted. But I tried to stay cool, even though I had 10,000 more of these coins laying around in my cheap hotel. What if someone broke into my room and stole them from me? I took the $15,000 and ran back to my hotel. Luckily, my coins were still there. I immediately ordered a taxi and drove to Warsaw, the capital of Poland. There, I checked into a luxury hotel where I was safe from my dad and thieves. All that happened a few years ago, and I haven't seen my dad since. I've sold all my 10,000 coins for a total of $50 million to several private collectors. And I even found a legal loophole so I wouldn't have to pay any taxes. Today, I'm 18 and living on Ibiza. I'm mostly partying and having fun. But I also offered my mom to leave my dad and start a new life with me. However, she said she wouldn't leave my dad because she loved him too much. Well, I'm sorry, but that's her problem. As
There's someone in the house. Do something like this.
A long time ago, I found a little baby monkey on the side of the street. His mother was nowhere around, so I decided to take him home with me. We were really poor, so to feed him, I had to starve myself. But he kept growing bigger and bigger, which meant he needed more and more food. I was getting so thin, I was close to death, and my mom forced me to let him go. I was crying as I opened the door, and he ran outside. I felt like I had lost a good friend. But after a few hours, I heard a knock at the door. So, I opened it up, and there was my monkey friend again. He was holding 4 bananas and gave one to me, one to my sister, and one to my mom. Of course, we thanked the monkey and told him to go get more bananas. But this time he came back with 1 papaya and 1 mango. We figured he must have stolen them from the market. Well, this went on for several weeks. But one day, he came back with a little gold necklace. It was beautiful. So the next day, I gave it to a girl in my class named Ananya. She was even poorer than we were. Her mother had died, so she had to work as a maid for my evil classmate Champak after going to school all day. Champak treated her like a servant. He made her carry his books everywhere. And he loved barking orders at her in front of the whole class. I put the necklace around her neck, and she looked so beautiful. She gave me a kiss on my cheek and said, "Thank you." But the next day, she came back crying. She said Champak took the necklace from her and accused her of stealing it. He was really mean to her about it and punished her by making her scrub his room with a toothbrush. I wanted to fight Champak. I wanted to end him. But he was as strong as a grown man. Besides that, his father was powerful and could easily take revenge on my mom and sister. He could have done terrible things to them. I was devastated and went home feeling helpless. But then, I saw my monkey bring us more bananas, and that gave me an idea. I'd train him to steal from Champak's home. Maybe he'd even find some valuable stuff to bring me. To train him, I hid a fake golden wristband around our house. Anytime he found it, I rewarded him with a Champak. Once the monkey was well trained, I took him to Champak's place.
Oh, no, that's powerful strong.
Wall around it. But that was no problem, because my monkey friend could climb it easily. He jumped from the wall.
Let's do duo. Let's do duo.
Went in through a window. I didn't see the monkey for several minutes, and then I heard a scream coming from inside the house. I was getting nervous, but then my monkey came back climbing down the wall, and he was carrying a gold necklace with a beautiful stone. He gave it to me, and I stashed it in my pocket. I started running toward home, but my stupid monkey went back inside Champak's house. While I got home safely, my monkey didn't make it. The next day, I went back to Champak's house to look for my friend. There, I saw a poster. It said, If you want this monkey, give us back our jewelry. That monkey had been my friend. I loved him very much. Necklace safely. We invited Ananya to live with us for free, and she seems a lot happier since she became a part of our family. At last, I want to thank my monkey friend. Thanks to him, we can live a comfortable life.
Hey, I'm Camille, and this story is about my crazy mother. She had a new boyfriend every week, and one night she even dated her own cousin. It was so gross, but everything changed when she met Michael. He was a decent guy with a stable job, no drug problems, and no former arrest by the police. So when they got married, I was truly happy for them. But of course, my mom had to ruin everything. Because one day, my boyfriend and I came home late. We were completely wasted. And while I went to bed, he fell asleep on the couch. The next morning, he sent me a really disturbed message saying that my mom had made out with him last night while it was dark. He said he didn't notice it was my mom until it was too late and they, you know what. Well, this wasn't the first time she had tried to destroy my life. Back when I was 14, I asked her to stop wearing miniskirts because it was embarrassing. But the next day, she stormed into my school classroom. Afterwards, I was made fun of, reverse and screamed, "My daughter Camille thinks I'm an embarrassment. She doesn't want her mother to dress like a." Afterwards, I was made fun of for years. But this time, she had slept with my boyfriend and taken things too far. I knew I had to take my revenge. So the next morning, I came very close to her husband, Michael, and said, "Stepdaddy, can you make me some breakfast?" I think fluttered my eyes at him, but he just ignored it. In the end, I showed him my boyfriend's SMS and told him that his wife had slept with my boyfriend. And for the first time, I saw him getting angry. I mean, no wonder. He had treated my mom with so much respect, and in return, she had cheated on him with a 20-year-old boy. I knew he deserved someone better, and that person was me. I'm not allowed to talk about the details here on YouTube, but let's just say that for the next few months, me and my stepdad Michael had a very close relationship. And somehow, I got pregnant. At first, I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep the baby, but then I realized that having a kid with my mom's husband was the ultimate revenge on her. And Michael was a good catch anyway, so I had nothing to lose. But when I told her I was pregnant without knowing who the father was, she started laughing and said she had always known I would end up as a single mother. I got so mad. I was about to tell her the truth, but I knew it wasn't the right moment. And for the next few months, Michael took great care of me, even though my mom didn't like it. She said, "Michael, stop cooking her meals. She has to learn to be a single mom because that's what she is." It went on like this until I was giving birth. My mom was right next to me, making one sarcastic comment after the other, like, "Oh, this baby will be a problem child. It's already causing lots of trouble." At some point, I had enough and couldn't take it anymore. I screamed, "Michael got me pregnant. Your stupid husband got me pregnant. It's his child, you stupid." I'll never forget the look on her face. Screamed, "Michael got me pregnant. Your stupid husband got me pregnant. It's his child, you stupid." I'll never forget the look on her face. At first, she was just quiet. She wasn't sure if I was making a joke or not, but when she realized I wasn't joking, she went berserk, and it took 3 doctors to keep her away from me. Meanwhile, I was laughing so hard, I almost fell out of bed. I knew I had finally gotten my revenge. And after I'd given...
That's my chest. Oh, never mind, you can add that. You mean back? Bring that ass over here, okay? What? You mean that? What the fuck you mean? Fuck you mean that? Oh, what the heck? I didn't know you could see me. What the fuck? But we can do the sniper too. That's the best one.
Given birth, Michael decided to visit his daughter. I immediately knew he would be a great father. But then I noticed that he had a big bruise on his face. I asked what happened, and he said my mom had attacked him in the hospital lobby, screaming, "You got my daughter pregnant! You pig! I'll divorce you, you dirty piece of shit!" And afterwards, the police had to arrest her. We both started laughing, even though we knew this wasn't over yet. The next day, my stepdad went to work. When he stepped out of his car, my mom drove her car right into him. Luckily, she missed him, and now she's serving a 5-year prison sentence for attempted murder. Of course, I feel bad for her. That's also why I decided to visit her in prison to apologize. But when she saw me, she went nuclear again, hitting against the window and screaming like a psycho. It was so scary, but I couldn't resist laughing again. Please understand that she had always been a terrible mom. When I was 9 and having summer vacation, she disappeared for 2 weeks. I was petrified and not sure if she was still alive, so I just hid inside my wardrobe all day and night. When she finally came back, I ran up to her to take her into my arms, but she just pushed me away and told me to go to sleep. To be fair though, there were some funny moments. One time, she broke into our neighbor's garage and stole his lawnmower. And 1 week later, she did a garage sale and sold the same lawnmower she had stolen back to its previous owner for $100. Another time, I told her that my teacher was picking on me, and the next day, she stormed into my school and physically attacked that teacher. That's probably not the best way to show your love, but it still counts. Anyway, thank you. And the next day, she stormed into the lawnmower she had stolen back to its previous owner for $100. Best way to show your love? Time I told her that my teacher was picking on me, and the next day she stormed into my school and physically attacked that teacher. That's probably not the best way to show your love, but it still counts. Anyway, thank you for listening to my story, and please subscribe to this.
I got a green tag on board, green tag on board. Wow, kill me, bye. I'm lagging so bad. He's so bad. He's so bad. He's the worst player to be.
Hey, I've been, you know, I'm 21 years old. I already know that I'm a virgin for the rest of my life. Let me explain why. A few years ago, I went on vacation in Thailand. My family and I had moved to our hotel. When I decided to go to the toilet, I mean, we'd just been off a 10-hour flight, and I was bursting. So I sat down on the toilet with my headphones on, listening to music, when I suddenly felt something pulling on my cucumber. My first reflex was to jump up and look down. I saw a big, long snake that had sunk its teeth into my cucumber. Now, before I continue telling the story, please take a look at this image of a snake's mouth. It has dozens of sharp teeth that are hook-shaped, so they can hold on to their prey. They normally only eat mice, rats, or chipmunks. But my cucumber must have looked tasty or something, and once the snake had bitten into it, it didn't let go again. I started screaming and ran out of the toilet, with the snake still holding on to my cucumber. When I saw my mom, I screamed, "Ah! Help me!" But my mom just started screaming too and didn't help at all. So, in the end, I tried to pull the snake's mouth open. But this made the snake bite down even harder. And that's when it happened. My cucumber got bitten off, and the snake swallowed 4/5 of it. I knew I had to go to the hospital ASAP. But first I asked my mom to catch the snake and cut it open, so that we could later sew my cucumber back together. Unfortunately, my mom was too scared, and the snake escaped. Meanwhile, I found a taxi to get to a hospital, but the driver kept arguing how my blood was ruining his seats. I got so angry, I used my left arm to pull him out of his own taxi, while holding my cucumber with my right hand. I had never driven a car before, but it wasn't that complicated. And after 20 minutes of driving, I had found a hospital. When I ran into the lobby, I was covered in blood and screamed, "Help! Help!" When the nurses saw me, they immediately brought me into the emergency room. I still hoped that they could somehow save my cucumber, but the doctors just kept on asking me whether it was a poisonous snake or not. But, I mean, how was I supposed to know that? Well, it took 20 hours of operating on me until the doctors were able to fix my cucumber enough so that I could pee relatively normally into a toilet again. However, the doctors told me that I would never be able to make love to a woman again. And to make things worse, there were several TV crews outside my hospital room, probably because of the boy that had lost his cucumber. I mean, seriously? Do you think I want to tell the whole world that my cucumber was bitten off by a snake while sitting on a toilet? Well, when I finally arrived back in the U.S., my girlfriend was waiting for me at the airport. And, we were both raised strictly Catholic and still virgins. We had planned to have our first time after we got married, but now I had to tell her about my condition. We sat down at an ice cream cafe. And I'm not joking, but she ordered herself a banana split. I waited until she was finished eating, and then I told her the news. I told her how I had lost my cucumber on my trip to Thailand. I expected her to feel sorry for me or something, but she just said she wanted to take a look at it in the bathroom. And well, when I showed it to her, she started laughing so hard that tears were running down her face. I have to admit that her reaction completely destroyed the little confidence that I had left. After she had calmed down, I asked her if she was okay with the fact that I would never be able to make love with her. And not in the conventional way. Luckily, she said she didn't mind. When I asked her to go out, she said she was busy. And afterwards, she completely stopped responding to my messages. I have to tell you, it hurts to be rejected because of your body. Because of something you have no control over. And that whenever a girl started talking to me, I ended the conversation as quickly as possible. I didn't want a new girlfriend because I was scared of having to tell her about my embarrassing... And I started blushing so hard that I basically admitted that it was true. It turns out that my ex got drunk at a college party and told everyone about my accident in Thailand. And from then onwards, everyone at my college called me Miss P because I had a missing, you know what. For the next 3 years, I basically stopped talking to girls, and instead completely focused on college. I think I wanted to get straight A's to compensate for what I was lacking. But I just grew more and more frustrated. And I came to the conclusion that if lesbians make it work, then I can make it work too. And that's when I decided to start dating again. And I met my current girlfriend, Suzanne, at a college party. It took me 5 dates with her to work up the courage to tell her about my condition. And luckily, she wasn't creeped out or anything. I mean, she giggled a bit, but I could deal with that. And since meeting her, I realized that even though I lost my cucumber, I can still make her happy. I mean, lesbians can make each other happy too. So in the end, I'm grateful that my old girlfriend broke up with me, because otherwise I would have never met Suzanne. And I can't tell you how much I love her. She is much nicer than my ex. In fact, 2 months ago I had a very important homework assignment in my college economics course. I was supposed to write 5,000 words about the dual system theory. But I was down with a cold and spent my whole weekend laying in bed with high temperature. But then my girlfriend gave me a stack of papers. She had done my homework for me. I can't tell you how grateful I was. And since then, I've helped her several times with her homework. Because I want to make sure I always give more than I take. So thank you for listening to my story, and please subscribe to this channel for daily animated stories.
My boyfriend is addicted to frozen food. Ever since it started, he turned into a 3-minute man. This addiction can happen to anyone. It's hard to resist. Hey, I'm Anika. And until the age of 17, I had a perfectly normal life. I was pretty, good in school, and in a happy relationship with my boyfriend Louis. Well, at least that's what I thought. Because one night, everything changed. I was on my way back home from ballet practice when a guy ran up to me and threw a bucket full of liquid on my face. At first, I thought it was a prank, but then my face started to burn more and more until I blacked out. When I woke up again, everything was dark. I thought the lights were off, but something was different. My whole upper body was hurting, and when I touched my face, I couldn't feel my eyes or nose. My whole face felt like an old margarita pizza, and all I had left was my mouth to breathe through. I felt like I was trapped in an... Have you ever felt like you were locked into a small cage? That's how I felt all my life growing up. My parents controlled everything I did. They told me how to dress and who to be friends with in school. And of course, I was going to a girls-only school, which meant I had never talked to a single guy other than my dad and my cousin Ralph. One night, me and my dad got into a fight because he didn't allow me to have a sleepover at my classmate's home. My dad was worried about my classmate's brother, who was the same age as me. He thought we would make out and have a baby or something. But I was 17 and so desperate for freedom that night I ran away from home and moved in with my cousin, Tara. My parents had no idea where I was, and a crazy period in my life started. I made a complete 180-degree turnaround and started partying every night. Then I got a big tattoo over my belly, just so I could send a photo of it to my dad to shock him. When he responded back, he called me a disgrace and told me to come back as long as I was a virgin. But I just replied, "Oh, you are so naive, Dad." And then I sent him a photo of me kissing some random guy at a club. I can't describe how much I enjoyed making my dad angry. And I thought very hard about what could be the most extreme thing I could do to shock him. But then I had the perfect idea. I would get 2 holes in my face. One on my left cheek and one on my right cheek. It wasn't easy to find a body piercer who was willing to put holes into my face. Most thought I had some psychological issue. But where there's a will, there is a way. And when it was finally done, it was the craziest thing I've ever seen. I ran home, went to the bathroom, and brushed my teeth through one of the 2 holes while taking a selfie. Of course, I immediately sent it to my dad and said, "This is all your fault." It took him a whole day to respond, but all he said was, "You are a disgrace. Don't ever contact us again." It felt so good to make my dad angry. But it came at a great cost. I started to become more and more self-destructive, and for Christmas, I sent all my parents' neighbors a postcard with my face on it. I knew my dad cared a lot about his reputation. He wanted everyone to think we were the perfect family. But now, everyone would see the truth. This time, my dad responded by contacting the authorities and telling them I was mentally ill and needed to be locked away. But when they found me and did a psychiatric assessment, it only said I was depressed. So they couldn't lock me away into a psychiatric ward. They also did a blood test on me and found out I was hepatitis B positive. I'm sure my boyfriend gave it to me. He slept with a new girl almost every night, and when we met, we never used protection. I had always looked up to pop stars who did whatever they wanted and partied like crazy. But that life didn't make me happy. I'm still trying to get out of it, but my life is such a big mess. I don't even know where to start. And by the way, why didn't I just Photoshop the 2 holes into my face on a photo? It would have been easier, faster, and less painful. I could have still sent a Photoshopped image to my dad to make him angry. But now, my face is ruined forever. Gosh, my life is a nightmare. At age 16, I did something really stupid. I dated a guy who had been arrested several times before. One night we met at a car park. I had no idea why, but then he smashed the window of a car. Of course, the alarm went off, but my boyfriend quickly turned it off again. We both searched the car for valuables, but found nothing. Then, suddenly, a police car stopped right in front of us. My boyfriend jumped out and ran away, but I was so scared, I just froze. The police arrested me, and the next day I got trialed and sentenced to 1 year in prison. You can't imagine how mad I was at my boyfriend. In my opinion, it was all his fault. And to make things worse, he had gotten me pregnant. I didn't want to have a baby. But once you're inside the prison system, you have no choice. They force you to keep the baby. After 3 months, my beloved boyfriend paid me a visit and said, "Thanks, you didn't rat on me. If they had caught me, I would have gotten a long time. But once you're out of here, I'll take care of you." Wow, the guy that couldn't get a job wanted to take care of me. How romantic. I told him to F off, and that I never wanted to see him again. He responded, "Fine, then good luck raising our kid on your own. You get what you deserve." Okay, I had enough. I filed a report to the police and told them how my boyfriend had helped me break into the car. From there, it was easy to convict him. He found DNA traces from the crime scene that matched him. It also wasn't his first felony, so now he's serving a 3-year prison sentence. And all because of me. But I was still miserable, because being pregnant in prison at age 16 is no fun. Many women didn't respect me, and often forced me to give them my food. It meant that my baby and I often had to get hungry. That was my life until I felt myself cramping. I screamed, "My baby is coming! My baby is coming!" I expected the guards to bring me to a hospital, but instead they brought me to another cell and handcuffed both my arms to the bed. I couldn't believe it. I mean, where was I supposed to run? When a doctor finally arrived, I was already screaming out of pain. He told the guards to free me from my handcuffs, but they refused and said, "We aren't allowed to do that." I had so many thoughts racing through my head. What if something went wrong? What if I couldn't push out the baby because I'm tied to my bed? Well, giving birth to my baby took 5 hours, but everything went well. You probably didn't know that prisoners are allowed to raise their babies inside their cell. But for many women, that's their only choice. And I can tell you, it was horrible. The other inmates often looked at my daughter as if they were planning to hurt her. So, to keep her safe, I gave her to my mom until I came out. Looking back, I can tell you that going to prison was a life-changing experience for me. I realized I had to become a responsible adult, or my life would only become worse. That's why I graduated high school and got a job as a dental assistant. It doesn't make me rich, but I'm happy to help people and to have a secure job. Most importantly, I've learned to not date dishonest people like my ex-boyfriend. Those people... Sarah, and I grew up in a dirty trailer park with an evil mom who threw me out of her home just because I was a teen mom. It all started when I was 14. I got into a relationship with an extremely manipulative boy. He convinced me that if I got pregnant, he would stop cheating on me and my mom would finally sober up. I knew it was stupid to believe him. And when I showed him my positive pregnancy test, he started laughing so hard he almost fell off of his chair. I immediately realized that he had only been messing with me, and getting me pregnant was nothing but a big joke to him. Afterward, he told everyone in our school that he had pranked me into getting pregnant. And if that wasn't bad enough, my former best friend wrote a post on Facebook saying she was embarrassed to be friends with a pregnant trailer park girl like me. I cried for days because I had absolutely no one to support me. When I told my mom, she didn't care at first. She said it was none of her business. But when my belly got bigger, I started to get a lot of attention from our neighbors and family members. They were all very friendly and wanted to help me, but my mom hated that. She accused me of being pregnant to get attention. I told her that was ridiculous, but she was so mad she said she would no longer support me financially and I would need to get a job. Well, I quickly found a job at a kiosk. It was easy work, but being pregnant was so tiring that I fell asleep at the counter. And of course, someone decided to rob the store and he stole 20 expensive bottles. When the owner of the kiosk found out what happened, he immediately fired me and refused to pay me my salary for the past 3 weeks of work. I was so freaking mad. I even told my mom about what happened. And to my surprise, she got angry too. That's why we went back to the kiosk at night and threw stones into the windows. I know this sounds crazy, but it felt so good to destroy something, and for a moment, me and my mom forgot about our silly feud. But a few days later, in my 6th month of being married, I was feeling so weak and exhausted that I couldn't keep my head. I asked my mom to bring me to the hospital. She said I could stop making such a drama, and then she went back to watching Dutch Beauty. Meanwhile, I peed myself because I lacked the strength to leave my bed and go to the bathroom. My last option was to call an ambulance, and that's what I did. But before they arrived, I was blacked out. And the next thing I remember was waking up inside a hospital with a nurse right next to me. She told me that the doctors had done an ultrasound and found out that I was having triplets inside my belly. She said, having triplets is very rare. It only happens in about 1 in 50,000 pregnancies. So it's even rarer for a teenager like you.
Wow, you mean that? I'm taking that. What the fuck? You mean that? Mr. Car? What car? You mean car? You mean car? Follow me. Ow, that hurt. Go down, go down, go down. Thank you. Sure, I'll leave it. I need shield. What the? Let's go out with the number one bout. Human cost. Human cost. This kid. Oh, there he is. They got the forward of you guys. Get my look like that.
Sounded really excited, like this was good news for me. But I didn't want to have siblings. I was only 14 years old. How should I raise 3 babies without a job and a mom who hated both me and my babies? Well, the next day, a reporter came into my room and asked me if she could run a story about me. I naively agreed because it sounded like a fun thing to do. But then they put me on the front page of our local newspaper and wrote, 14-year-old girl pregnant with triplets, with a big photo of me laying inside the hospital holding my 3 daughters. I looked terrible on the photo, and the article argued that society should put more effort into preventing teen pregnancies. Wow, this is so humiliating. But to make things worse, my mom stormed into my hospital room, 3 daughters up for adoption. But then my Aunt Monica came by at the hospital to see her 3 nieces. He was a successful lawyer,